We're just waiting for people to show up now. That's basically it. Okay. I figured I'd do my first reaction with everything you know, live so you guys could see me get pissed the fuck off. So we're going to be looking into somebody by the name of Star Giant Productions because I was recommended this person to me by someone, and I found it to be quite interesting to say the least. I'll explain more in a minute, but if you can see right here, this should give you a great introduction about who this person is just from this thumbnail alone. I know this is a re-upload, but honestly, if this was the thumbnail that came from the original creator, I don't know what to say. But here we go.
Once upon a time.
How many times have you heard that to begin a story?
Yeah, this should tell you everything. This is the level of skill this person has when it comes to art. Worse than me, I'll be honest. Worse than me, somehow. So stiff.
Welcome to Riot Animation Reviews. My name is Rebecca. This is the main series on my channel. What I will be doing in this series is reviewing animation. It's called Riot Animation Reviews because my birth name is Ryan. And animation is my favorite medium, so I basically combined the two to make a pun. Rebecca-mation didn't sound as sketchy, which is why it is called Riot Animation Reviews. I can review anything from animation in this series. It
Oh
could be
wait,
something that I really love,
this
it could be
is
something that I really hate.
wait, is this a God fucking damn it. Okay, I gotta look this up now. Cause I was told, or what I looked up is that Star Giant Animation went from was just a guy now. Was he like trans at one point? I guess? I don't know. I'm trying to look for it. But I can't find anything. I'm looking at the YouTube Wikipedia, like the most fucking retarded shit, and it's telling me he, him, but this doesn't scream. He's maybe there was a point where he stopped being trans or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'll remind you, Carcat. As I said, if you guys join the Discord, there is a $10 donation to charity to who wins of their choice. So, that's your prize. Donations to charity. No, but, yeah, welcome. We are looking at someone named Star Giant Productions because somebody recommended me this I don't know what to say. It's something. I can't tell you right now. This is my first introduction to Star Giant, and this is what I see right here. This. You gotta be kidding.
It could be something average, it could be something popular, it could be something no one has ever heard of before, something new, something old, something bright, something bold. It could even be something that I don't know how to feel about. As long as it's animated, it could be a part of this series. And it could be anything on the internet, television, or movies. Every season of Riot Animation Reviews will have a total of 25 episodes, and my goal is to do a total of 100 reviews overall. So, more or less, 4 seasons.
Oh, that's
and
fine,
to start the
Carcat.
first
You
episode
don't
of
need
this
to
series
active.
off is gonna be the
You don't have
pilot
to be
episode
active.
of
It's alright.
Friendship is Magic. Why is
But I do want to point out that if we looked earlier in this,
100 reviews overall? So, more or less, 4 seasons. And to start
this fucking editing. Oh my god. It's fine if you listen to this in the background. It's just expect me to go ape shit at some point, because we're going through the over 3-hour long video addressing his abuse. We'll try to sit through all of it, so get ready for angry plushies.
the first episode of this series off is gonna be the pilot episode of Friendship is Magic. Why is that? Well, Friendship is Magic is one of the most important cartoons of all time for me. For many years, it was my favorite show of all time, until other shows came out since that were just better. But this show helped me get through difficult times in my life, and it helped me make many new friends along the way. And for fun, I thought it would be interesting to review the episode that started it all. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I do think it is a nice way to start off this show. Seeing how our favorite characters and how they first came together is a fun memory to go back and visit for fun. I guess the real
My
question
Little
is,
Pony is
does
special
it
to
still
me.
hold up? Well, let's see.
I want to let you know this dude was born in 1996. He's around 30 years old now.
Each friend I always enjoyed, and the fact that there are scenes in the first half that showcase something of their element each. In some ways, this two-part could be like the show's equivalent of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, most notably on the legacy they started. While there may be a couple issues story-wise, the good qualities and emotional aspects of it overshadowed them in a way. Some parts of the pilot don't hold up.
My Little Pony
Spike
released?
is him getting hit with a door. Great foreshadowing for things to come.
There you are.
Seeing this episode just reminds me of some of the
20.
errors that the show would later make.
I started out as a cute little purple and green egg.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I guess some things that I'm not a fan of aren't so much this episode itself, but rather future episodes on how they state things. Some things that don't hold up are any brony memes. I'll just say it right now. I don't get why in hindsight why this was the episode that made the brony fandom. It was a meme.
Okay, so I did some calculations. This dude was born in 1996. So he's around like 14 years old when the cartoon came out, which I thought he would be a bit older, but I'm stupid. I didn't do the calculations correct in my mind. So I had to recorrect everything. So yeah, the popular My Little Pony Friendship is Magic bullshit series that this dude is talking about was from 2010. And he was from 1996. And he would have been 14. That's how it goes, I guess. I don't know. But it's strange that someone in high school is watching My Little Pony. I'm just saying that. It's a little weird, but you're in high school. Of course you're gonna do weird shit.
In hindsight. You know, a joke. Things that usually die out 5 weeks later. Not 5 years later or more.
I could clear the sky in 10 seconds flat. What I say? 10 seconds flat.
And for some reason, the show would have the need to keep redoing that meme from time to time.
Fabulous takes forever. But awesome can get done in 4 seconds flat.
Hey look! That pony right there that has no purpose had an animation error in her eyes that you only notice if you were paying attention to the background and not to the main characters! Why did she become popular again? And naming her Derpy probably wasn't for the best. I was 15 when I first saw this episode, and I still remember 10 years ago when my high school, acquaintances would tell me about her when I didn't notice her in the episode. Maybe that should have been my first red flag on things to come. Some
Oh, great! Great. So, I was correct. He was 14. He was 15 when he watched it. Okay. 14, 15 when I watched it. Okay, I was like a fucking year short, but still in fucking high school. He's with the fucking brony crowd in high school, it turns out. No wonder this dude's fucked up.
things are so stupid that they are fun to make fun of.
It is located in what is now the Everfree Forest.
I love how Twilight waits until they're outside for that. Could you imagine that joke being done in the real world? It looks like we're off to... the Everfree Forest! It's funny to me. Oh, and it happens twice.
You know what this calls for? A party!
Pinky traveled from the castle of the two sisters to Ponyville just to wait to say that one line.
Imagine if you were an outside observer just watching pieces of the conversation.
You see them too?
Here's another similar joke.
I started out as a cute little purple and green egg. And that's the story of my whole entire life.
Wow. Spike's life is so sad that he was born and the only thing he ever did was talk to a pony. Maybe your parents can help you. Oh, wait.
I'm not your father.
Another joke to make fun of are the order of the tactics that Nightmare Moon plays on Twilight and her friends. The first one, I'll make Twilight and her friends die by making them fall off a cliff. The second one, I'll make Twilight and her friends die by making a scary manticore lion creature kill them. Third one, I'll make Twilight and her friends die by... making scary faces on trees. Enjoy that library now, Twilight, cause someday some powerful centaur might just destroy it with his magic.
Jesus. Shit. Oh my. Dude, this video is so fucking boring that I fucking spaced out. There was a 1980s animated series, so their fixation could have... Wait, older reruns returned? I mean, yes, that is a possibility. But he was born in 1996, and I don't think they were doing reruns of the 1981, 1986, or the 1992 generation cartoons. That's the issue. So there is a possibility that yes, he could have been introduced into the series by the old reruns of the show. It's just a little odd to me that he got obsessed with the newer show, if that makes sense. Which he was 15 years old when it happened, right? Look, people are stupid when they're 15. They like some things that are retarded. I like some things that are retarded, you know. It's normal for people to be like that. But it's just a little weird that he was in the crowd of the bronies. Like, everybody he talked to was a brony. Like, part of the weird crowd kind of thing. And it was like, I think that's how he got into My Little Pony, is because of that. Though I could be wrong, that's the thing. There probably were reruns of the shows that he was watching when he was a child. I mean, 1996. And then again, there's so many great cartoons from back then that he was watching. And there were, you know... Was there a My Little Pony show in the 2000s? Let me look. So... there was a My Little Pony series between 2003 and 2009. It is the third incarnation of it. So, yeah, he probably could have watched My Little Pony when he was younger. And that's why he's obsessed with the newer one. I didn't think about that. Thanks, man.
Here's something that I love that the pilot does.
I have to turn that down more. I'm sorry about the ear rape.
Friends here. Do you ever realize that throughout the show that's why doesn't make any new friends? Sure, there's Starlight Glimmer, but she's kind of more of Twilight's student than a friend. Trixie? No. That's Starlight's friend, not Twilight's. Twilight makes acquaintances throughout the show, and yes, there is a difference. Friends are people you talk to on a daily basis, and you know them personally. Acquaintances are just chill people that you know every now and then. Twilight preaches a lot about friendship, especially with the school, but we don't see her ever making any new friends. What? Did you think Celestia only wanted you to make 5 new friends all at once and never make another new friend again? Speaking of friends, the pilot episode mentions Moondancer.
Moondancer is having a little get-together in the West Castle courtyard. You wanna come?
Sorry, girls. I got a lot of studying to catch up on.
Hey, I can't wait 5 seasons for Twilight to befriend her. I think you guys edited out a scene that kinda makes Twilight's old friends not the best.
Does that pony do anything except study?
I think she's more interested in books than friends.
Twilight reuniting with one of her old friends, while as nice as that is, isn't what I meant. If anything, it's the ponies that Twilight teaches that make new friends. Like Episode 6. Why doesn't Twilight make any new friends throughout the show that can be reoccurring characters?
Oh, Spike, you know we don't have time for that sort of thing.
I can't wait for that book 9 years later to be something that Twilight forgot to return.
Yes, but the ones in there have a special Canterlot library-y smell. No pony except undependable rule breakers who deserve all the horrors this hallway holds. If I'm not a good example of proper book-borrowing behavior, then what kind of princess am I?
This is a nice setup for future episodes, as in, we would get to see what these ponies have to talk about. Rewatching the pilot again made me see some things that I didn't notice before, like seeing a detail of Nightmare Moon's reflection inside the hourglass, or that error on how the Manticore doesn't have the thorn in him. Hey, I don't think the Kima Crusaders are supposed to know who they are yet. And it's weird seeing Luna in that old mane style of hers and not the flowing one. Speaking of manes, Twilight's mane looks like Pinkie Pie here.
Sometimes we all just need to be shown a little kindness.
But don't mind me 5 seasons later when I get scared of the Manticore when it is trained. You know how this episode Rainbow Dash perfectly represents the element of royalty when she told the Shadow Bolts to go away?
You. Thank you for the offer, I mean. But I'm afraid I have to say no.
Somehow Rainbow Dash forgot this lesson 3 seasons later.
They want me to fly with them! It's like a dream come true!
One inconsistency about this show is the Everfree Forest. Half of the episodes it's treated as a dangerous place that no one should enter or otherwise they would die. The other half it's like, oh, it's completely safe. We even have children go in there on a daily basis alone. Seriously, it seems dangerous to me with vines, crocodiles, cockatrices, timberwolves, and who knows what else in there. Who the fuck allows children to go into these kind of dangerous places? This episode shows the Everfree Forest as a dangerous place. So why did the show need to debate whether or not it was dangerous? Oh wait, same reason as why the show would debate whether or not Wendigos were real.
Wendigos! That's just a heartwarming Eve story.
Said the talking pony in a world full of magic.
The sun was going down.
Oh yeah, I forgot that the pilot has the first song of the show. It's alright.
Tell me she's not. She is.
It's almost like Twilight is saying, oh fuck, I didn't know that this show was gonna have musical numbers! If these are all just faces painted on, then how is Pinkie in one of them? In my old brony days, I was more or less told, it's Pinkie Pie, don't question it. My favorite of the main 6's introductions is Fluttershy.
I'm Twilight Sparkle. What's your name?
For some reason, they redid this in Equestria Girls and messed it up. It works in the original because Fluttershy was only talking to birds, not ponies or humans. In the Equestria Girls version, she talks to Twilight first, and then only gets scared when the name is asked.
I can't believe you did that.
My name's Twilight.
It's Fluttershy.
Which is, confusing. Overall, this pilot is still good. I wouldn't go out of my way and say it's one of the best episodes of the show, but I still think it's a really good pilot. With a few hiccups here and there. I do like rewatching this one every now and then, and I would still recommend this to people today. I mean, you should watch this episode first so that way you can understand the show. This was the episode that I started with, and even today, friendship is still magic.
Okay, are we finally done? Oh my fucking god. Dude, this has to be... I'm used to watching boring videos, right? I've been doing YouTube stuff. Oh, don't tell me. Oh my god. Okay. Let me guess, the stream has been knocked down a bit. Oh, okay, it's still public. What the hell? Okay, so... Oh my god. Oh boy. So... Star Giant Productions. First video, my honest reaction is this person's boring as shit. I genuinely don't know what to say about it because it's this fucking boring. I thought it would be more funny to point and laugh at, but the best that they could have fucking done, I could have done, was the fucking art. Have you... the art. Okay, there's more to this video, god damn it.
Thank you for watching this video.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Why do the clothes look like they have fucking rubber on them? What the fuck?
Video was edited by me, Rebecca. If you liked the video that you saw, consider supporting me on Patreon in the description below. Your name will appear at the end of every video, and your OC will be at the beginning of every video. To follow me on any other piece of social media, please check the description below. Thank you for watching. Star Giant Productions, out.
This person is a Patreon, and people actually fucking donate to them. You gotta be fucking kidding. Alright. We'll do this one later. I don't want to sit down for 3 fucking hours just listening to this dude. But I will have to do it either on stream or off stream for this video. But, an hour-long video about the fucking Loud House? What? And then like a 15-minute to Mr. Ender. Another fucking video about, oh my fucking god. Lily Orchard. Do you guys remember her, him, it, fucking bitch? Yeah, the one that made like fucking Stockholm or some shit. I feel like just saying her fucking name is gonna get me fucking kiked off YouTube. Pixar Path episode. Okay.
Hey, so I'm starting another new series called Pixar Path. Have you seen Mystery Science Theater 3000 or MST3K? Well, it's basically that, but for all the Pixar movies. I've had this idea for a couple of years now. Since
At least the art got slightly better. Editing's worse than mine. I'll tell you that.
I will be doing a Pixar Path episode of each Pixar movie in order. So I'll be doing this project with my friend Dashi the YTP that you guys saw me collab with this past Christmas. So let's begin Toy Story with Princess Anna.
It's pronounced Anna.
Fucking, let's go back. Green screen. They didn't remove the fucking green screen. Holy shit. The fucking green screen. Green screen. Jesus Christ. Move your fucking heads. I can't see the fucking film.
The original opening to this movie was actually this.
Man, I miss that classic opening.
Agreed. The live action one is just bad. Why they use this on Disney Plus is beyond me.
No, I wouldn't say that it's bad. I love the new one just as well.
Meh, it just makes the company of Disney look like a sellout, and it's too overblown and gimmicky.
I suppose, but I still enjoy it. Kind of reminds me of the Disney parks in a sense.
So, you're going to be a pony for the whole review?
You couldn't say Cedric's name right, you couldn't say my name correctly, and you couldn't even pronounce most of the names of the characters in Ozymandias, so this is what you get. Plus, I hate
Yeah, it turns out this is a
Fair
fucking
enough.
collab.
Alright, everyone, this is a stick-up!
and parents in the Karen era would say now that this promotes gun violence.
I brought my dinosaur! Please, force field dog!
And I brought the Dark Magician Girl, who will whoop your ass! I have seen this film way too many times.
You saved the day again, Woody.
Shut up! Just shut up, you idiot!
Disclaimer, Dashie and I have seen way too many different YouTube poops on Toy Story, so we're probably gonna make a whole bunch of memes and shitposts on this movie.
Toy Story is a shitpost.
I wonder when toys get in pain, do they have to hold on and say ow? Because if they do not, the kid owner would hear them and see them say ow, and the kid in question would get scared and tell the parents.
If I saw this movie again as a kid, but had that mindset with what you just said, I probably would have yeeted one of my toys just to test that out. I'm just kidding, I would never do this. I would never do this to you, Pikachu!
What do you think?
Oh, this looks great, Mom.
Okay, birthday boy.
Andy has an SNES.
And yet he plays with his toys instead?
Hey, he's a kid, Dashie. Kids actually play with toys instead of video games. At least back then.
That's true, I was like that too as a kid.
Okay, everybody. Coast is clear.
I like to imagine Woody saying that, but then Andy accidentally comes back and sees the toys move, and then he's scarred for life.
Ha!
You uncultured swine! What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
God, I love this movie. There is a lot of lines that from this film alone that I really
Great.
regularly. And this one was always a favorite. Also, uncultured swine is what in my dictionary of words I say daily. Best scene of the movie, truly a work of art, and if you haven't got it, you have no sense of humor or decent human culture. You uncultured swine.
Hey, Slinky?
Huh, I didn't realize Andy had Twister.
I'm ready this time.
No. Slink.
Oh, well, all right. You can be ready if you want.
Not.
How can Slinky be able to tell what's red if he's a dog? Dogs are colorblind. Then again, there are only 2 color chips and dogs can at least see. So maybe black is easier for him to tell. That means the other color for him would be red.
I got some bad news.
Bad news?
Freeze! Cha-cha real smooth.
Staff meeting, everybody. Snake, robot, podium duty.
This is why I say to everybody and use that image of Woody on the podium saying staff meeting whenever I tell my team in my Discord server that there's a staff meeting. Also,
Oh my god, nobody
Robot has
gives
letters
a
and
shit.
numbers on his feet.
Oh my god, I never noticed that before. And I've seen this film an ungodly amount of times.
Hey, yeah.
When do we get to the plot? Exactly.
No! Got me again.
I wish I could draw.
5 minutes in and we're still in like the fucking first like 10-15 minutes of the film, if not less. Holy shit.
Like that?
How you doing, Rex?
Were you scared? Tell me honestly.
Fun fact, Joss Whedon created Rex as a random character drawing, and he made Rex look cute and innocent, and they decided to put him into the movie just for that alone.
Come on. Smaller toys up front.
That's a clever Russian nesting doll.
Hey, Woody, come on.
If you look to the blocks on the left, the blocks spell sus.
Oh my god, they do! This film is sus!
We have to hold hands.
The books in the background all spell past Pixar projects.
Okay. Oh yes, one minor note here.
I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant!
What's going on down there? Is Mom losing her marbles?
Well, obviously.
We have a Right Bass in Lincoln Park.
If Woody says it's all right, then, well, darn it, it's good enough for me.
For some reason, I often get confused with this scene either being Brown Noser or Ass Kisser. Why do I confuse the two?
My bigger question is, how did this film get away with that kind of joke?
I think because despite this being a kids movie, the people said adults first, kids second.
I can't see a thing.
I wish I could do that when I was a kid since I was short. Man, I wish I also was a growing giantess.
Any dinosaur-shaped ones? Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, what?
Man, I wish I also was a growing giantess.
What? Wow. I wish I was a grown giantess. What the fuck? What? Jesus.
Any dinosaur-shaped ones? Oh, for crying out loud. They're all in boxes, you idiot.
How would you even be able to tell what's in the boxes just by the shape? I never got that part.
Wait, there's a nice little one over there.
What kind of toy is in a long-ass box like that?
A anime body pillow? What? Andy could be an otaku.
I already reviewed a fan animation that had Andy being an otaku.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I love how realistic these army men act.
Okay, come on, kids. Everyone in the living room. It's almost time for the presents.
World's greatest binoculars. You even work through plastic. Are there plastic guns in this universe too?
What in the world? Oh, I thought I told him to pick these up.
I just realized if the toys had a vendetta against Andy, they could get him in trouble.
Knowing that there's 4 movies and several shorts, I don't think that is ever true. Besides, I'm more thinking that some of these toys could have had a foot/crush fetish and they enjoy getting crushed by Andy's mom.
Oh my god, Rebecca! Ew! Shut! Shush! No!
Have you seen some of the YouTube boobs on this movie, Dashi?
Yeah, fair point.
These guys are professionals. They're the best. Come on, they're not lying down on the job.
Insert political joke here. Luxo Jr. reference!
Pixar was pretty small back then. They didn't have much money or that big of a staff when making the shorts and commercials. Part of me wonders if this was a reference or a clever way to reuse and repurpose old models.
Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head. Hey, I can dream, can't I?
Aww, our first gay edit.
Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head.
Cedric.
You still simping for him?
Yes. Sophia the First needed at least one more season. Or at least more Cedric toys.
Okay, second present. It appears to be. Okay, it's bed sheets.
Who invited that kid?
Savage Potato is the best potato.
It's a big one. It's a board game. Repeat, Battleship.
Battleship has toys in it. Are the ships sentient?
I have no idea. Maybe some toys aren't sentient? That's confusing.
Wait a minute. Oh, what do we have here? Oh!
Surprise, motherfucker!
You thought we were out of presents, but it was I, Buzz Lightyear!
We already did a JoJo joke for the Christmas video, Dashi. We don't need to do another one here.
Aww.
It's a huge package. Oh, one of the kids is in the way. I can't see you.
I love that we see Mr. Potato Head praying right here.
He's putting them in back. Here, you put them in backwards.
Plus is positive, minus is negative. Oh, bless me.
Me and my family quote this line so many times. Sometimes we even reverse it by saying plus is negative, minus is positive.
How many lines has your family quoted?
Too many!
Holy shit. This is the whole fucking movie. They're just reviewing the fucking movie. What?
So here's a fun fact. The original opening to this movie was actually this.
Holy shit, okay. Wow, the fucking... If this is what Giant Star Productions actually released, this whole fucking thing with pitch black for like 30... For like fucking... Most of the fucking screen time was just pitch black. I think there is a reason to get them fired from Mr. Ender. Holy shit. Oh yeah, I gotta give a little bit of backstory that I've learned while listening to Deadwind Dork, aka one of my inspirations. So, apparently Star Giant Productions was a editor for Mr. Ender. And was apparently one of his worst... It loops? Yeah, it loops. It loops twice. That's the thing. It loops. And you can see right here, it's the whole fucking video again. Just in pitch black. It's looping.
even be able to tell
Sign of intelligent life.
Mark.
Hannah is a brony? Confirm!
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it just loops. If this was a actual edit from Giant Star Productions, like, he didn't edit this, and if this wasn't... You go... If this wasn't an editing mistake by the archiver, and this was something Star Giant Productions actually uploaded on their channel, I will be highly disappointed, and I would understand why Mr. Ender fired him from being an editor. What else is there to see? Star Wars filmed rank. I'm not a huge... We'll look at that in a minute. Ryan Nation's Review 10... Top 10 Worst Christmas Animations. Ho ho ho, motherfucker.
I think she's finally waking up.
Wake up, Mommy!
What?
Goes okay.
What is going on? Ow! I don't feel good.
You were in an accident.
Ah! I look different!
Do you like it?
No.
Aww.
I love it!
Yay!
But why the new nice appearance?
You were in an accident, Rebecca. Someone hit you with a sleigh and reindeer.
Sorry about that. But we were practicing for Christmas.
I love Christmas!
Practicing for Christmas in July?
Yeah!
Why?
To get ready for Christmas. Nothing wrong with starting early.
In the hottest month?
Okay, you make a fair point.
We could also be celebrating Christmas in July!
What's Christmas in July?
Holla, 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 holla. You never heard of Christmas in July?
No, what is it?
It's when people celebrate Christmas in the southern hemisphere.
We're in the northern hemisphere, Dashi.
That's true, but people in the north still like to celebrate it since it's the halfway point of Christmas.
The halfway point to Christmas is June 25th, not July 25th, so why did they wait an extra month?
You know what?
Oh my god, no one cares. Go to number fucking 10.
So what are we starting off with for this list?
Peter, how old is that girl?
Excuse me, won't you? A lot of scumbags out today.
We have a Christmas episode where a pedophile is looking at child pornography in front of Jesus. Jesus Christ, this video is gonna be long. So, the 2,000-year-old virgin is about how Jesus Christ never had sex, and he wants to have sex with Lois. Peter allows it because he gets a cool chair out of it. But it turns out that Jesus was lying and he's had sex plenty of times. Apparently doing this shit here every Christmas. I never really got, not just animations, but stories or even real people in general, spending millions of dollars on something just to piss people off. When I see the hundreds of stories out there of people spending millions of dollars to make fun of someone, I never understood that. Is it like an inside joke where you went to ridiculous lengths to make fun of someone? These aren't funny and haven't been funny since... Well, to be honest, I don't know if they ever have been funny. Maybe if I reviewed this episode in the 2010s, I would have been all ranty and gone in depth with these problems. But now, in 2022, I'm just bored by them. Christians will get pissed with this episode because of it mocking Jesus. And everyone else will get pissed with this episode because of how boring it is. It's just a story of a guy lying about having sex just so he can get more sex. I don't see what else there is to add. I mean, I guess I could also mention the jokes of Jesus dating.
Where are you from?
Israel.
My favorite one is the one deleted scene from this episode that wasn't allowed to air.
Hey, I'd like to ride your ass into Jerusalem.
Get it? Because Jesus is horny. It's pointless for cartoons to do nothing but spend millions of dollars just to piss people off. And to make matters worse, cartoons are still doing this now in today's world, which is...
Great. This person is so fucking boring. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, I'll be right back. I'm gonna have the video playing in the background. Give me 1 second.
Is something that I don't get. The world is getting more expensive by the day. I think this is one thing that we should start cutting on. We should be focusing on writing good stories, things that are actually funny. And that seems like what Family Guy has been doing. Ever since the 2015 episode A Shot in the Dark, they have been on a roll. And have been doing better ever since, and currently is the best adult cartoon of all time. I should really do that top 20 best Modern Family Guy episode list. I think I'll do that for the 20th Riot Animation review. Unfortunately, this episode aired in 2014. 2014 was Family Guy's worst year ever. I mean, it's not like they couldn't write good things in 2014. Even this episode has some good jokes, which is why it's only number 10. I dare you to find fault with the Tasmanian Devil joke. So, Thundercats Roar was a show that started at the beginning of this decade, and it was hated from the start. I didn't end up liking it, but I never found it to be the worst cartoon ever. I mean, people were saying that it was shit before it even came out. Quality-wise, somewhere in between Powerpuff Girls 2016 and Teen Titans Go, we got another Cartoon Network reboot of an old property that doesn't understand the point of the original. It only got one season. It started in 2020 and ended in 2020, not even lasting a full year. It's bad, but I don't think it's gonna be the worst of the decade. Probably at worst, a dishonorable mention. And yes, I want to do like a top 10 worst cartoons of the 2020s when the decade ends. I imagine a lot of other people will be doing this as well. But believe it
Oh
or
wow,
not,
interesting editing. I just got back and I just saw animation movements. That's fucking beautiful. Isn't that great? Until you realize this is the fucking character that's being animated. What the fuck is up with the hair? It looks like a fucking Shadow the Hedgehog mohawk. What the fuck?
I imagine a lot of other people will be doing this as well. But believe it or not, the series finale might have been the worst. It's a Christmas episode, which is fine to have as a series finale. The problem is that it's just not good. So Santa gets arrested for speeding. Yes, that's a fact. And he's also in space because this show doesn't understand anything. Like the fact that Santa has an expired license. Seriously, this was 2020, yet it expired in 1997. It expired in the year that Thundercats was last relevant. And then Santa runs away from the police.
Why? My biggest question about this is why? Why is this so fucking boring? I know sometimes my videos get fucking boring. I know that for sure. But this... Holy shit. This is just the same thing over and over and over again. This and that. Holy shit. Now let's see if I can find some of his older videos so that we can make fun of his art. Project Reboot. Huh.
Here it is.
Here, we're at the old
Project
art
Reboot.
style now,
So
yeah.
what exactly is this project? It's me redoing my main review series on this channel, right? Animation reviews. I've been wanting to do this for a long
Oh wow,
time.
all that cutting
Recently,
is getting
I've
me.
watched many of my older videos, and they honestly do not hold up. They were terribly edited, had tangents that went nowhere, horrible points, and horrible audio.
I don't really need to introduce anything about SpongeBob. It's a cartoon that everyone knows and everyone loves, until it hit seasonal rot a few years back. Some episodes nowadays are good, but most of them aren't.
Like, how can anyone listen to that? This
Me.
was 5 years ago. Man, I really did not know anything back then
I'm
about
forced to
life.
listen
I
to
even
this
knew those
shit,
movie bits
bro.
5 years ago. That's a baby editing program. Today all my videos are done in Sony Vegas, and I would like my reviews to be in HD and not SD. It's also going to be interesting redoing some of my older videos since some of my opinions have changed. On one hand, some things I now enjoy, like Minions. I remember back in the 2010s how the Minions were like the most hated things ever in animated film. Nowadays they're not talked about as much. Not because they're done making movies, Minions 2 is coming out later this year, but the hate hype has died out, and it will be interesting looking at this movie again with a different perspective. On the other hand, there are things I used to like that I now can't stand, like The Loud House. I definitely don't like this show as much as I did 5 years ago. But I'll wait a while before I take a look at The Loud House again. I heard that the show has been declining in viewership, and more people are hating what the show has become, so I think I'll wait for the show to have its series finale first before I tackle it. And it may not be far behind considering that the Casa Grandes has recently just been announced to be ending soon. When I used to do these reviews, I was inspired by a variety of people, but many of those people that inspired me no longer inspire me. Some of these people I just lost interest in, some people started creating garbage content that I could no longer stand, and some of my inspirations became...
I think Zach and Cody would be funnier if they did the show in their underpants.
Yeah, that. Let's just go with that. New and better people have inspired me in my more recent years in life, making me feel a lot healthier as a person dealing with less toxicity. Now, even though I'm restarting from the very beginning, that doesn't mean that everything that I did review back then will be redone. There is no reason for me to review Double Rainbow in today's world. No one talks about this fan animation anymore, and the only time that I think that it will be talked about again is when it turns 10 years old next year. I will, however, redo my summer job review. I think that I can do better reviewing that episode 5 years later. Season 1 is going to have a lot of new entries. I watched the entirety of High Garden Spice recently, and I, have thoughts.
I cannot believe how many dongs Rosemary drew in her diary.
Expect that to be a review this coming spring. A lot of the new things won't just be recent things in animation. They can be things from 2 decades ago if I feel like it. I heard that the Powerpuff Girls movie turns 20 this year, so it might be interesting to give that film a review. I want to focus on fun reviews. I heard that the Candyland movie is an experience, and I think that I want to throw in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show just for the memes. Redoing this series is gonna help me.
Oh my god, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I remember being a kid and watching that on my old computer. It was an old Apple all-in-one from like 2000s. I would slide in a DVD of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show and just binge watch it as I ate Chef Boyardee. Good fucking times that was. Good times.
I'm starting all over to make things right. However, I will need help with this project. If you want to help me, or if you just wish to talk to me, you can join my Discord in the description below. You must be 18 or older to join. No minors allowed. We still need a musician. I still don't have original music for this channel, so for now, also use other music. Can't be Nintendo with all those copyright claims. If you wish to edit my videos, I may have openings for that, but I'm not hiring video editors, at least at this moment. And finally, Patreon support. Money in the past few years has been tight for me. While I do have another job outside of YouTube, it would still mean the world to me if you guys were able to help support me on there. One thing that I will include with Patreon supporters going forward is having their OC appear at the beginning of each video, starting in the spring at least. So if you wish to be in my videos, that is the best way to do it.
Yeah, I heard about the upscaling on MeTV. The issue is that they were using AI to upscale it. And that's what pissed me off about it. It was all upscaled by AI.
Pixar Path I still plan on doing the first of every single month, and Frogtales I will still try to do every single Friday. My goal for Right Animation Reviews is to try to release them every single Wednesday, but I don't want to rush them this time around. So if some weeks there is no episode, that means that it's taking longer than usual. I want these reviews to actually be of good quality. Let's do this right. I have grown in the past 5 years, and I'm going to continue to grow. And I hope with the help of you guys, that growth will be the best growth. The road has been a bumpy ride so far. There will always be bumps, of course, but I will get through those bumps. If you have been supporting me for the past 5 years, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my closest friends and financial supporters. It really does mean the world to me.
Who is giving this person money?
This is Project Reboot.
Edited by Dar the Star. This is the best editing they can do. This right here.
They have openings for that, but I'm not hiring video editors.
That's the best they can do. It's a fucking shame. Such a shame. Alright, what else is there? The Owl House has an LGBT problems. Has LG... Oh my god. Alright, let's look at this.
Everyone, Rebecca here. The Pixar Path on Cars is coming out later today. I thought it would be fun or interesting if this video here came out first because of some things on this show that I have been wanting to talk about. So, I finally binged the entirety of The Owl House, every single episode. I am all caught up to yesterday's live, which is the most recent episode of the show, meaning that I've seen it all. I've talked about this show in many of my videos, and even used its credits song in an enter review, and people have been constantly asking my thoughts on this show, more than any other show in existence right now. And I hate to be the one to say it, but other shows are more interesting to me than this one here. Like, the Patrick Star Show is my favorite cartoon of the decade. That's because Patrick's show is more interesting than this Disney cartoon. But we'll talk about other cartoons as we go on in this review. Most of this review is on the Owl House, obviously. But I'm also going to be using the Owl House to juxtapose other shows in the past and present. You see, next month, or 2 months at the time we record this video, it's going to be Halloween. This Halloween, I'm doing a major Riot Animation review on LGBT representation in animation, because there are things that I want to say. I was originally going to do this for Pride Month, but personal issues arose. So my team and I decided to move it to Halloween. And honestly, having more time to work on this LGBT stuff helped me realize a bunch of things. Throughout 2021, my mind has honestly been focused on 2 things, and that's it. Friday Night Funkin' and Family Guy. And both
Friday Night Funkin'! Friday Night Funkin' is bitchin'! I don't fucking know. Well, look, I'm trying to make this seem somewhat entertaining because I already want to fucking give up on this already. We've been here for less than an hour and I'm already wanting to just drop it due to how fucking boring it is. This is... Oh my god. I don't know what to say. This is just the same repetitive bullshit over and over and over again to where it is just fucking troon slop. It's slop. It's literally slop made by a ex-trans person. This is literally trans slop. Look, I may not know Mr. Enter or anybody else that well, or not even in the first place. Like, this is the first time I've ever heard any of these people. Sure, I've heard of Mr. Ender once or twice while browsing Kiwi Farms, but I never really sat down and looked into him. The issue is that this person right here has so many accusations on them that it's not even funny. And yet, I can't even put the puzzle pieces together because they're not allowing me to do it. And it's just... I don't know how to say it. It's retarded, to say the least. The same repetitive bullshit over and over. Hey! This fucking animation I don't like. Anyways, let's talk about, fucking, I don't know, leopards or some... Look! Oh, that probably would be more fucking interesting. Look, fucking Christ. I'm telling you right the fuck now that this right here, these videos, can we even call them videos? I don't think we can. These pieces of media that you can't even call art because of how awful they are. They're just that bad. It's like... Look, what I'm trying to say is that this is so fucking repetitive that if you watch one of his fucking videos, you've basically watched all of them. I've heard about the 3-hour video before about how he about addressing my abuse, and he says in the fucking video that Mr. Enter nor his crew are abusive. And then what the fuck is the abuse? Why are you... You're just talking about how much of a good editor you are. But no. This isn't even edited by him. That's the thing. And yet, it's... It's just something. I don't know what to say. This is the same repetitive shit over and over and over again, to where you will hear the same thing over and over and over. We literally watched the first fucking episode, and we saw the fucking art. Oh, I know somebody just joined. I don't know if you were here or not, but this is their fucking art, and I think they edited this themselves. And let's watch without audio real quick and look at the animation. Right here, we got one frame right here, back to that one. It jumps back to that one. And then it cuts to that one. And it's not even fucking centered. You can see right here that the line goes this way down to like here. I'm sorry, guys. There is no fucking way people unironically watched this when it came out. There has to be no fucking person on earth who watched this when it first came out. It was like, ooh, this is good. I can't wait to watch more of their videos. And it's just fucking Christ. The fact that this person fucking glorified themselves as one of the best fucking editors, which you'll see if you watch the Addressing My Abuse video. I don't want to watch all that, personally. I will later, but right now, I don't want to look at that. I fucking hate this editing. We'll look at that in a minute, but, like, over and over and over, it's the same shit, no matter what it is. One fucking piece of media. Anyways, let's talk about the next piece of media. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody. That sounds hypocritical of me saying nobody fucking cares when my fucking channel is really fucking small because nobody cares about what I gotta say. But the issue is that this person right here has some of the most elementary level takes that you can ever fucking have on, like, animation, and then he props himself up as, like, a great editor, a great video editor, great commentary. No, you're not. I don't think you are, at least. I'm pretty sure you aren't. There are people who agree with me on that. I mean, Deadwing Dork made a 4-hour long fucking video on this dude. And he has the same complaints that I do, if not more, because he actually sat down and tried to watch most of this, when in reality, when I was trying to sit down and watch it, I barely could do anything. And the fact that, like, fucking... The fact that this fucking exists in the first place just goes to show that this person just don't care. And another thing I want to point out is that in other videos, they don't have hair all the way down here. In some videos, the hair is... Yeah, fuck your thing. Right here. See how the hair isn't going down at all? Also, what the fuck is up with the latex shit? Here, I'll point it out in a second. the fucking 2010s cartoon smile. Jesus. You see it on like Steven Universe and shit like that. Here. I think it's called the Tumblr smile. Maybe it's Steven Universe smile? Yeah, look, the same fucking smile is on fucking Steven Universe right here. It's literally just a fucking bean as a smile.
Alright, before I start this Riot Animation review, I want to give a shout out to GumballFan123 for helping me with this video. He spent $200 for me to do this Riot Animation review here. And if it wasn't for his generosity, I would not be able to do this Riot Animation review. He loves this film. This is just a quick disclaimer. While you can pay me on having me review almost any single animation in existence, you don't get to determine my opinion. I love The Bad Guys because I think it's a good film, not because someone paid me to say that it's good. I'm not gonna copy your opinion. I'm gonna give my own opinion and not regurgitate what you state. I stand by that I do love The Bad Guys. I give it a 9 out of 10. And if you don't agree with my opinion, you are allowed to select something else for me to review. But you have to tell me immediately and not wait, like, say, over a month later. I will state my opinion to you right away. Sometimes I will go against the public opinion on things like me not being a fan of Dexter's Laboratory. And of course, there are times where I go with the public opinion. Like me saying that Velma is shit. Remember that terrible cartoon that came out last week?
You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Said the cartoon character on an adult cartoon that only adults can watch. Usually I expect you to pay me something worthwhile. You can make me review something very good or something terrible to make me suffer. All up to you. It's your money after all. The prices vary on what you want me to review. $100 for one 11-minute episode, $200 for a 22-minute episode, $300 for 1 hour of animation, as in 4 11-minute episodes or 2 22-minute episodes, $400 for a movie, $500 for 1 season of a television show, and $1,000 for an entire show, and $10,000 for a whole show with over 10 seasons. This was a Patreon support review, but I delete my—
What? $10,000 for a fucking review by some fucking ex-trans person who got fucking bullied off the internet for associating with a fucking creep. I'm sorry, we gotta pull this up in 1 second. I'm gonna play this again. We're gonna go over this person's band list in a second. I need a minute to just scream and not be heard.
My Patreon at the end of last year because Patreon has had too many controversies. What's be nice about right here? I gave the person that was paying me this a 50% discount since this was my first paid review ever. So this review is late. I'm sorry for its delay. I apologize. I needed to do Year Triassic of DuckTales to DuckTales first. But now that that marathon is on hiatus, I have no distractions to not finish this now. And I think that's a good thing that I'm reviewing this now on Riot Animation Reviews, because as of late, life has been hard for me. So you have a bunch of people screw you over in real life. Deal with it. You have people on the internet make lies about you for years on end, saying that you don't listen and that you keep secret criminals in your vicinity, when none of that is true. YouTube keeps screwing you over and over, making the platform worse for you. Your art never gets to be seen by anyone. Less than 1% of the people that follow you see your products. You're stuck in your own little world because of luck. The internet as a whole has no minimum wage laws. I get that it's difficult to implement one, but what we have currently is unacceptable. When no one loves you, it makes you just want to be a bad guy. The Bad Guys is a DreamWorks film that came out last year. It's not their best film from last year, that would be Puss in Boots, but I think this film is slightly funnier than it. It's about a group of bad guys that do bad guy things, but then they want to become good. At least the wolf does, at first. The rest of the gang does it later, and the snake does it last. That's more or less it. Simple as that. Creatures in existence that the human race fears because of appearance. Most people are scared of things like spiders and sharks, and they make that known in the film.
You're afraid because I'm the big bad wolf. Well, I'm not surprised. I am the villain in every story.
And they make it funny enough for me to enjoy and not be scared of them. The Bad Guys takes advantage of the medium of animation. You wouldn't be able to make this story in real life, obviously, but it is nice taking creatures, both in real life and in fiction, and making them not scary. Like trying to make a wolf not scary. See? It doesn't have to be scary. Well, yeah, these creatures are going to be scary for all time. The best part of the movie is the opening, and then it goes downhill. You'd think that implies that the film is bad, but no, it's an amazing film, like a 9 out of 10 as I said. It's just that I feel like the best part of the film is the opening. Not saying that the rest of the film isn't good, because it is good.
Webs, you feel like a girls' trip? Yes.
I want to go on the girls' trip.
Honestly, if the whole film was just the opening, I wouldn't complain. It's a minute of Wolf and Snake just talking, and the whole film tells a bunch of funny jokes.
So you can taste air? What else you got?
Forget about it.
Can you also hear color? Can you see sound?
I'm a sucker for scenes of characters spilling off each other shooting the breeze. We don't always get enough of these kinds of things. It's like the first 8 minutes of Lucky Star where they talk about food and nothing else. But now we see something like that on the big screen. And the whole film has jokes throughout it.
Oops, I forgot. I'm not pregnant.
The Bad Guys do have some bad jokes, like calling the meteor a butt or anytime that piranha farts. It also has some cliches, like the friendship breakup or Act 2 or Act 3 breakup, wherever you want to call it. It's not that bad here, but it's still a problem because they come back 10 minutes later and they're friends again. Though, do you guys notice that the setting for it looks similar to My Little Pony the movie, when it did its own breakup on a dark, gloomy beach? Weird. And then there's Marmalade. While I don't think he's the greatest villain DreamWorks has ever made, especially when Death from Puss in Boots 2 came out later in the year being infinitely better, I do at least like what Marmalade represents, even if he's just a guinea pig. Yeah, it's hard for me to take a villain seriously when they are some kind of cute animal that does not normally become vicious, even if that's the intention. What I do at least like is that when he's revealed to be a villain, we're only halfway through the film, so we actually have time to explore this concept. It's not like Hans from Frozen or Callahan from Big Hero 6 or Bellwether from Zootopia, where they only have 5 to 10 minutes of them being a villain. Marmalade gets about 40 minutes of being a villain. That's half the film right there, and I love that. I also love all the hypnotized guinea pigs, especially when they steal the armored cars right at the bar each time where the drivers were at the school hospitals. I laugh each time that happened. And yes, the animation of this film rocks. DreamWorks has been doing this unique style more as of late, and I love it. Less trolls and Boss Baby. More The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots The Last Wish, please. Speaking of other DreamWorks films, The Bad Guys is based on a book, or rather a book series. This is something that the person that commissioned me wanted me to talk about. The Bad Guys is a book series of the same name. It's a bit like Hoodwinked in a way, where they bring up famous stories and give us the idea that maybe there's another side to this. And they keep the film...
Sorry I left you guys out in the dark for too long. I pretty much killed my chat. I apologize about that. What I will do to make up for it is that I will say Happy Easter, by the way. Happy Easter to everyone. I'm Orthodox, so our times are different. But, what last thing I'm gonna say is, I'm done. I can't deal with this dude any longer. I just can't. There will be a video about him soon. I've just been caught up with other things that need to be done. So, get ready for more streams to happen more than videos. That's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Alright, goodbye. Alright, there we go. Fixed everything. I apologize about that. So I apologize about that deeply. I am back. We're gonna keep looking into this person. I just need to fix things up because my OBS crashed. I was planning to leave early, but stuff needs to be done, you know. Let's actually watch some videos about the drama, actually. That might be interesting. Alright, there's so many videos about this too, bro. Alright, let's watch some drama stuff. Alright, let's watch this.
Mostly on my I want to start off this video with a question. What should I do? Right now, I feel like a lost soul. I have no place to go. I am left wandering for eternity with nothing but mist. I feel like I'm at my wit's end. Maybe it's some kind of rut that I'm just stuck in. I could be facing creator's block. I could just be tired of it all. Or it could just be my winter depression. Hey, you ever save someone's life, then someone 5 seconds later calls you an asshole for something that you did online over a decade ago that was not your fault at all? I feel like I'm currently in that position. If you notice, I sound very sad. I don't normally sound like this in my videos because my videos are meant to be reviews of animation and be mostly positive, even if it's something that I hate. I tried to make a positive outcome, like my top 10 worst Christmas animations. Despite me hating each product, I try to have a positive attitude. Right now, there are places in existence that aren't giving me a positive attitude, and the only way for me to cure these illnesses that I have is to lash out. I don't care anymore if that's not healthy according to some people, nor do I care what the reception is. Let me say this right now, I am not going to watch a response video that someone makes on me ever again. I don't care if you think that means that I can't take criticism, because I can and I always will. It is reaching that point where I'm at apathy. You know how people try to be the best person in the whole world? Well, I tried that once, twice. Okay, a lot. And now I know that I won't be that kind of person. Average is better than perfection. Perfection makes people live up to a certain expectation all the time. We're going to be talking about some people in this video of mine, not everyone, and not everyone's real name will be addressed. That reminds me, this will have PTSD, religion, rape, trauma, abuse, politics, seizures, and talks of certain fetishes. This video is not monetized for the record, and I have no plans on it getting monetized. I will also get very political, harsh, and jagged, and COVID is going to be a fun discussion. I can't believe I'm only 3 years late to the party. But I don't want anyone going after anybody that I mention in this video. This includes Enter's entire team. No one there is a bad person. I will even have 5 different people testify for me in certain areas. And yes, this does mean that I'll talk about people like the mysterious Mr. Enter. And yes, I know in the previous video that I said I wouldn't mention him or his teammates again. But I do have to on some level. I don't want to attack Enter. I just want closure. To end this long story once and for all. Due to too many people bringing him up to me. And the problem, oddly enough, isn't even Enter directly this time. It's what surrounds them that bothers me. As in other people that they plant seeds in, whether directly or indirectly cropped up to me. John copied off other critics that critiqued me for his video. I wonder why John's was the only one to get over 200,000 views. Ideally, people have said the same shit about me since 2019. That is 4 years. I don't want it to go to half a decade. This video isn't about me going after John or his friends, wherever the Dead Site Kiwi Farms has stayed. It's mostly on my family and my own personal
Dead
life.
Site Kiwi Farms. You gotta be fucking kidding. Dead Site Kiwi Farms. That's beautiful.
going
Very
to go
poetic.
on my case about John, we're going to talk about him first. I basically opened up to the public stories that I never shared about myself, not even to my close friends. Why now? I don't know. It's a new year, and my New Year's resolution is to be less quiet. And I feel like for the past 26 years of my life, people have been telling me to shut the fuck up. And the past 26 years have been of me proving people wrong. I want to also say that everything that I need to talk about won't be addressed in this video. Just everything that I want to say on Enter will be, as in this is the final time that I will ever talk about him on my channel. And yes, I am serious. I don't care what comes afterwards. I don't care how much money that I receive. I'm not doing it after this. If you think that I'm talking about John for the attention, you're wrong. On YouTube, me doing Right Animation reviews gets more attention. Let me state this right now, before we get any further. Mr. Enter and no one on this team is an abuser, both in general and towards me. And whatever sick, twisted thought that you heard of in the fall 2021 is incorrect. As in, it is incorrect right now, no matter who you heard it from. I've been in dark places for the entirety of this decade. Since January of 2020 when I snapped that—
Let's go back to that. I may have problems with them and even dislike them, but they're not abusers. Addressing my abuse. Great.
I've been in dark places for the
Oh shit. My bad, guys. But the whole video is literally just audio. I apologize about not showing it earlier. I didn't realize that till now. My bad. I apologize, folks.
entirety of this decade. Since January of 2020 when I snapped that Power Loud girl and she stopped being my friend for over a year on a mistake that I made, here are two things about myself that I will fight for forever. Two things that you can't force me to do. You can force me to eat certain foods, take medicine, wear a mask, and even fucking apologize to someone that I don't feel sorry for. And yet, none of that is what you can't make me do. The two actual things that you cannot force me to do are to admit that I'm wrong, and you cannot force me to like something. That is it. And when it comes to the things that Enter has said about me, they are not true. They are, well, lies. Why did John not just tell me that I'm fired and kicked off his team? That's a very good question. To this day, I can't give you an answer. That's because I don't know.
So, let's talk about this.
So originally I talked about John a lot. Like the original script for this was 64 pages. I shortened it to 50. And the first mention of John that I get to do is point out that he's a liar. And for this video, I'm going to have to go over each and every single point that John has made on this awful video about me. Now, obviously not every single point that John said is a lie, but there are definitely lies out there. And here's our first lie.
And despite us repeatedly telling her what her issues were, it still seems that Rebecca needs an extra clue.
You did not tell me anything that happened. I was as shocked as everyone else in the world when this video came up, because I was blocked. Let's keep going on the points.
Many of the videos that she edited have no background music. The most notable exception is the solo review, in which she uses the exact 30-second loop of a song for 30 minutes until the credits, where she blasts another song 20 times louder than the rest of the video.
Objection! That is a 100% lie. First of all, I didn't even know what the song is at the end. And secondly, here's how the actual clip goes that I sent you, John.
Don't just follow your dreams. Make your dream following your dream. Also, the movie's pretty funny too, and it made me laugh a lot.
Notice that it's the same song. This is the original version. The version that you put in your video is of your editing. So, John, I must ask you, why did you lie? Because of this lie, I can't take anything seriously that Enter says as truth.
You know, we all make mistakes when we're young and stupid.
Fair point, John. And yes, I will admit right now, there are a lot of stupid things I have said in my life. And probably gonna be stupid things in this video as well, as I'm probably gonna be rambling on nonsense because I'm just that tired. But naming everything would take forever. So let's go over my stupid statement that I said in my editing as a whole. I was John's best editor. The only other editor that was as good as me was Crimson Mayhem.
Rebecca was my worst editor. There are other reasons that I fired her, but I think we should start with the most universally accepted reason that an editor should be fired, that they are bad at editing. Here is a direct list of the main videos that Rebecca had a hand in.
Wait, that's literally every single video that I've ever edited for you, John. Not every video of mine I edit for you has errors, John!
I can go into specific editing errors, but if I did that, we would be here all day.
No, you might as well. It'd be interesting to see the mistakes that I would have never guessed in a million years. All of your editors have made errors. Look closely enough and you'll find them.
General Iroh, the original General Iroh, went over each of the elements and their defining attributes. And spoilers, the guy kinda knew what he was talking about.
You're looking at the rare white dragon bush. Its leaves make a tea so delicious it's heartbreaking. Water is the element of change. The people of the water tribe are capable of adapting to many things.
General Iroh, the original General Iroh, went over each of the elements and their defining attributes. And spoilers, the guy kinda knew what he was talking about. And if you are new to Korra, I'd recommend that you start at the beginnings. It's almost like a self-realization that anything before then was pretty much shit, because in that episode, Korra is suffering from amnesia, and they basically re-establish everything that had happened before.
I could go into all the amazing things about my own editing for both John's video and my own, but I don't have all the time in the world, and that's not the focus of this video. Soul has that music, by the way, because it's intentionally the same one as the animation genre video. Because in that one, it felt like you were giving up on animation because it was using too many cliches that made you disinterested from the medium, and you wanted a second spark. And Soul was the finale to positive animation reviews. Well, used to be the finale. Soul is also about piano music. Piano is the soul of humans. That's why I picked that song. It was intentional. As for the other claim, the background music, there are videos where Crimson Mayhem wouldn't always put the background music in. And things like the Minions and Total Drama Rama reviews start with music, then don't have any afterwards. So for every criticism that I have for John, I want you to memorize this line for him.
When I look into my past with growing around, a quote comes to my mind from A Bug's Life of all things.
First rule of leadership. Everything is your fault.
I know it's said by the villain of the movie, but it's actually good advice. And it's something that I take into my overall life. If the people I work with screw up, and the screw-ups slip by me, it is my fault. There is no excuse. It's my fault the second that I decided this is okay in some way, shape, or form. And someone blaming their employees or the people they work with is one thing that instantly sinks my respect of them.
And this is what I have to keep in mind for every single decision that he made in his videos. For what I did in Soul, or any of John's videos in general, it could be a style choice. For each video that I did in the 2020s, I put music in. The only exception besides Nikorama was Lights Out to help demonstrate that any low effort that I put in would be more effort than the people making on the episode did. The Eds because you stated that you wanted to put music in, and Rise of the Guardian since you wanted me to do that quickly.
This has been another Cartoon Quickie, and I'll see you next time.
Why would you say another when this has been the only one?
So, Rebecca, congratulations. You managed to do something right. Finally, what none of my other editors have done. You have managed to piss me off. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I hope you enjoy yours. I really do, because you've really earned it.
You're absolutely right, John. I did play stupid games, and the only stupid games that I ever played was trusting you. But no, I did not earn this nor deserve this. At all. I guess that's where I come in to discuss everything about everything. Well, here we go. First, something small. I also did the first half of the
I'm a
top
great
10
editor.
advertisements video, a
Sure.
video that is unlisted and I don't think I have access to. And the second one was the opening for Enter's commentary on Season 1 of Anime Atrocities. It was cancelled due to it being too big and too expensive to produce. Also, I did not anything of the top 10 worst cartoons of the 2010s list. Adam edited that one entirely. All I did was suggest an idea for the transition.
So I plead with you, my plaza folks, please turn in all of your remotes. We can make the plaza safe for all. So what do you say? Let's end this problem.
Yes, I suggested that, and I was surprised that John thought that was a good idea. As for this video as a whole, I'm gonna have to talk about each and every error that John claims. But first, me debunking it all with this clip.
This is just an interlude, but the fastest way to really sink my opinion of you as a person is to just directly lie to me. Even assuming that you're not trying to fuck me over in some way. You either think that I can't handle the truth, or you are directly trying to manipulate me, or you simply think that I'm stupid.
Anyone says that I 100% disagree with everything that John says is 100% wrong. Because that statement from John I actually do agree with. Too bad he can't 100% follow his own philosophies. Then again, what should I expect when he's self-aware of being a liar? There's this saying that I have in life. One lie equals 1,000 lies. Because of this lie from John, Why should I believe in anything else that he says?
Back earlier this year, someone had fabricated evidence and took things out of context to make me look like a bigger asshole than I actually was.
Oh, so that's the definition of irony. I'm not that big of an asshole at all, yet John's video on me has over 200,000 views. Out of context. We're going to be coming back to that statement much later in this video. I'm not putting any silly little pins here because this is a serious video. But just know for now that what John said right there is bullshit. But let's keep going. In the original Powerpuff Girls review that I edited, John states that he hates how Blossom states that she's the leader and that the theme song states this, but he does not like its use in the episode on how she is. Here's the thing. The Powerpuff Girls original 1998 version doesn't have a theme song. It has a credit song. The reboot has a theme song, but not the original, so I corrected this in text form.
I'm the leader, you hear me.
I hate that line. Yes, the theme song states that Blossom is the leader, but her being the leader is usually very incidental within the show.
I put that text in because Enter was wrong. This isn't the only time that he's been wrong that I had to correct.
Nice way to show off that Season 8 animation bump, by the way.
See, the text says Season 7 because Lights Out is a Season 7 episode of The Fairy Godparents.
In terms of structure, it works for Jack to kill exactly one of the Daughters of Aku here, but to kill the other 4 makes no sense in any context.
Actually, there are a total of 7. Jack killed 1 in an episode prior. John is referring to this one scene, but Jack kills 5 girls, not 4. And the last one lives because that's Ashi. And yes, I do correct errors like this because an editor's job is to make sure that the video in question that is produced is 100% correct. That way the person creating it has no errors, and my job is to make sure there are no errors. The quote-unquote fixed version of the Powerpuff Girls review has this new error, the one that I didn't edit.
I'm the leader, you hear me.
I hate that line. Yes, the theme song states that Blossom is the leader, but her being the leader is usually very incidental within the show.
You can make the argument that everything else is fixed, but the point of fixing things is to fix the previous mistakes, not make new errors. But speaking of errors,
the backgrounds of the avatars frequently changed for no reason,
because none of these things were mentioned in the trailer. The only concrete thing that was mentioned,
which is weird because we gave her avatars that were detached from the backgrounds. The proof of this is right here in this High Guardian Spice video, in which the avatar is hovering above the bottom of the video for no apparent reason.
If you're complaining about that, John, wait until you get to High Guardian Spice where Rosemary being animated, it's just her shaking side to side.
Stop by my office if you have any questions.
But I think I know where John's getting at with this criticism. This is Vivian from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Why am I showing you an image of her in this serious video? It's because the logic that she follows is what John wanted me to do with his OC. In the game, she is a shadow siren, a creature that can't leave the ground. So, do you know what the game does when Mario goes high or a higher level of flooring in the game? They have her have a long tail, so that she is always tied to the ground. I made the same error in my own videos once, as you can see me floating, but John's editor Sarah made a mistake here as well. In Rick Dependent Spray, John floats as well. It gives the illusion that John has no legs. If that's true, oh boy, I feel bad for John.
The first leg of the year, I did not play much at all.
That second one that was shown, the spinning, I think was on purpose as like a joke. Because of how it was animated. If you look back at it.
As you can see me floating. But John's editor Sarah made a mistake here as well. In Rick Dependent Spray, John floats as well. It gives the illusion that John has no legs.
See how it's intentionally like moving? That's why I think it's intentional. Well, Star Giant Productions editing with the seesawing picture, swinging picture didn't look like it was edited. Like, wasn't on purpose, if that makes sense.
Oh boy, I feel bad for John.
The first leg of the year, I didn't upload much at all due to increasing problems with depression and insomnia. And if you look at my growth in the timeline, that's where things stalled, and they have still stalled to this day. And Indiegogo in the summer of that year also burned a lot of the remaining goodwill that I had. I have explanations for all of this, but not excuses. A lot of the stuff on its own was fairly minor. Sometimes a mistake in a video is so small that it's not really worth it to just re-render, especially with how YouTube works. take too long to make a video, and it could take years to recover.
Years to recover? What do you mean by that, John? I thought these videos did not, take long? Like, I need elaboration on that statement, because it does not take long for me to make a video, unless these videos that you were making were movie lengths. But they're mostly short, like 10 to 20 minutes each. All I'm saying is that I was your fastest editor ever! Huh, maybe that's why I stated that I was your best editor ever.
A lot of it was due to my own apathy and depression. For example, I made the Lights Out review when I was in a very bad place. Just angry at the world, and I just wanted to shout at something. I wasn't in a very good headspace, so I didn't care about the end product.
I still like the Lights Out review more than the Lion King review, because Lights Out at least focuses on the product, talks about it, and finishes it. Meanwhile, the Lion King goes off topic, doesn't get finished, and has sketches. We're gonna come back to talk about sketches later. Just pretend to put a pin in this for now. I'm not doing any sketches for this video.
Remember, this is an explanation, not an excuse. I had no excuse. The only reason that I let Rebecca edit for me is because I was a moron. And I know that I was a moron because only a moron would ever hire Rebecca.
Don't you just hate it when the people that you looked up to now shit-talk you? Even with these excuses, it doesn't excuse anything that John did. Why? Because despite all this, he never told me what I did wrong. I'll make it simple. If he talked about these things prior, gave me a Google Docs ahead of time what I did wrong, or even just did a voice call with me, I wouldn't have gotten angry with John. Or his team for that matter. The ones I still were in contact with gave me lip service and said things like, accept that you made a mistake and move on. Like, what mistake? Yeah, I know now, but not back then. Especially since the last thing on June 6th I asked right before I got fired was, what did I do wrong? And got nothing in response. It's the reason why I also said, it doesn't make any sense for us to both be in a server hope when we are both arguing. Like, I wanted to figure out what the issue was. But they wouldn't tell me anything. And they told everything behind closed doors, as in, not to me!
I felt myself getting into a very bad place in the YouTube landscape. On top of that, my only editor at the time was Crimson Mayhem. Crimson is a very good editor. I'll defend that no matter what. But as an editor, he is incredibly slow. As in, videos that could have been done in a week took 3 of them. I needed a new editor to pick up production, and Rebecca was simply the first one who asked.
Good to know that despite defending Crimson here, you would shit-talk him later on and call him a bad editor. But we'll save the Turn Red controversy for the end of this video.
I expected Star Giant to get better. And on some level, I guess she did. Like, for what it's worth, the first few videos she did are far worse than the later ones.
Well, at least John did give me some compliments. That honestly might be the nicest thing that he ever said. Yes, John did dead name me or incorrectly say my name by saying Star Giant, but I'll let it slide because he didn't know any better. It's not his fault for the record. By the way, please call me Rebecca. Star Giant is a company name. It's like saying the president of Nickelodeon is literally named Nickelodeon. I still call it Right Animation Reviews, by the way, because it just sounds more catchier than Rebecca-mation Reviews. Plus, RR is a pun, and the same 2 letters.
I had been diminishing her role as an editor beforehand. In the entire year of 2021, she only edited 3 videos.
So you were secretly hating me prior. Great. For the record, I actually wanted to quit during Nicorama. Why? Besides all the harassment, I blocked my friend Power Loud Girl out of rage when she shit-talked John on Twitter. Let me be the one to say that I was in the wrong, and it was awful for me to block her, which is why she wouldn't talk to me for a whole year. In the spring of 2021, she would forgive me and she would be my friend again. But that was the moment that I wanted to quit working for John. John was the one that told me to keep working for him. We're almost done with the marathon. We might as well finish it. I'm gonna admit something to you all right now. I succumb to peer pressure. Whether it's from my friends or family or some randos or trolls online, often if someone says something negative to me, either major that I'm the worst human being ever, or something simple like I need to change this, I give in. I don't like guns, but I'm not gonna get mad at people for having them. My issue with guns isn't the death rate, it's actually just the loud noise that hurts my ears. Guns look cool. So with John saying this, I didn't have the backbone to change my mind, even though I should
don't like guns because it kills people. I don't like guns because it makes loud noises. What the fuck?
What will happen is that someone will comment about one discussion, let's say a random current event, then hours later, when we are all talking about actual business, like maybe a creative work or a review project, Rebecca will interrupt the conversation to start replying to what happened hours ago.
Here's the thing. John broke his own rules by talking about important events / growing around business stuff in general. I can't go back to the server since I'm banned from there. I remember tweeting in 2022 about how I think it's bad for people to be blocked for no reason, and some people got on my case for it, but I stand by that statement. It's not that I didn't do these conversations, it's that John will talk about important business stuff in the wrong channels. All the stuff that I said was in general, not any business channel. John, it's your own fault for talking business shit out of the business channels. Not helping John's case is that the channels aren't shown. As you can see here, you can see me saying shit and stuff, but not the channel names. As in which channel each conversation is in, or even the timestamps for each conversation stamp. Just the general discussion on what is said. Even then, I was often at work, and Discord is not the best at conversation.
This is what Rebecca means when she said we continually tried to ignore her, because she continually broke flow to continually interrupt people about conversations that were constantly dead.
I didn't continually break these conversations constantly. Stop lying about me, John.
This was a constant problem that we talked to her about repeatedly.
Repeatedly doesn't count when you never say this once in the entirety of 2021. And no, 2020 was a bad year for all of us. 2020 is such a weird misnomer. Kind of funny how it's a double year, i.e. 2020. Like the shit that I did had an excuse. Remember, John throughout this video is using excuses. Oh, I'm sorry, explanations. I guess I could say that what I did were explanations as well. But this video is long, so we need to keep moving on.
This is one of those examples where I try to be patient with her because it's clear that she does not get social cues. However, at some point, this goes way too far. Discord's reply function only made the problem worse, as it enabled her exact behavior, reviving conversations that were long dead at the expense of productive conversations that were ongoing in the present.
You do know that I have a life outside the internet, right? And this could have been me doing it at my job during breaks. You don't know that, and maybe even I don't know that. John, you've admitted that Discord is bad at conversation. In this video, I do get social cues. I really do. However, text is much harder to tell than voice or real life. A text on screen is hard for me to break down and process. Real life faces and even just voices I can tell. I can also recover from this Kiwi Farms, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's a quick tip on how you could tell that I 100% edit a video without John doing anything to it. As of Nicarama and onwards, if any video is in 1080p, that means that I edited it and John did not do anything, while a 720p video was him doing it, or a different editor. The only 1080p video from John that was from him afterwards was the Quandary break trailer from Sarah, but that's it. Sometimes John would make new errors like the Disney part in the Bart vs. Itchy and Scratchy review, where I put in the Disney Mickey thing while he wanted something Star Wars. Which wasn't in the script, by the way. It never said anything about a Star Wars specific screenshot. As in episode 7, it just said when Walt Disney bought the company. God damn, I wish we could have done behind the scenes videos when I was still on to help explain things. And you can easily fact check that for the record since all of his scripts are public.
On the other side, the editor who helped me the first time around is no longer on my team, so we should not have any hiccups on that end. Hopefully.
But I doubt that he would agree to do videos on behind the scenes because of lines like that. Despite the fact that I was going to edit a season 1 commentary on all his videos for him. I should probably make my own scripts public as well to prevent any future controversies on me. As well as make a fan wiki about me for organization. Bart vs. Itchy and Scratchy is only in 720p for the record. So John at some points calls errors out on me, but we need to talk about the in-depth now.
I'm not going to defend things like not fully exploring shows, factual errors, and shoddy editing work. This cat looks like a Neopet. What cat? There is no cat in the shot. You see, this happens when you don't have enough time to look over said shoddy editing work. Never mind the editing on some of these. This cat looks like a Neopet. What cat?
No, John. This is what happens when you rush the editor!
While all of this was going on, she was losing literally the only trait that I hired her for. Her editing speed. She made people uncomfortable. And never ever ask Rebecca to do anything complicated, like the mountain scene in the Lights Out review. Also, Rebecca has a complete inability to fill in the blanks of her own accord.
I don't want to turn this into a segment ranting about Rebecca. I made a whole video about the Rebecca situation, which I will link in the description. I have been truly blessed that most of the people who have worked for me have had a good deal of competence. Artists, editors, and more. Because if they were all on the level of this, we'd be living in a far worse world now, wouldn't we?
First of all, I can easily fix that clip.
This cat looks like a Neopet.
See? It's not that hard to fix. But try to imagine having another job working at for 12 hours straight, being very busy with it and very few breaks, only to come home to have to work for 3 hours straight on a video. This was always after midnight for the record. Speaking of fixing, let me fix that mountain sketch.
Sorry, son. I moved our house to the top of a hill because the view is so much better.
So, you finally come.
Yes, I am here to seek your wisdom. I've come across a problem that I just can't understand no matter how much I think about it.
Well, what is it? You have come to access my infinite wisdom.
Please tell me, how does a cartoon episode with no animation have an animation error?
I must meditate on this. Give me a moment.
6.5 hours later.
I've got it! Everyone involved had absolutely no clue what they were doing. Oh, and he's gone.
See that is a better mountain. Why did I do it when I could have just said no? Money. That was the only reason why. That was the only reason why I ever edited any of John's videos. Considering that COVID started a couple of months right after the marathon ended, let's just say that I made the right decision business-wise. Not moral-wise. Without me doing this, who knows? I might not have a house currently. I am also shy, or at least was. And secondly, isn't it bad to only hire for speed? After Nicarama, I decided to be slower with the videos to put more polish on them. And I do think the videos that I edited for John into 2020s are better than how I was in the 2010s. Certifiable Super Sitter is the only exception, as that review is my best work from John. So with me making the videos actually better made me lose my job. Okay then. Though, yes, Lights Out I don't like because of what it was. Also, the only thing in Certifiable Super Sitter that I didn't edit was the green screen effect from John. That was Sarah. Honestly, the only thing that John did nicely for me with his response video was not monetizing it. So even though it has over 200,000 views, John didn't make a penny off it. Thank you for that. The only reason why I monetized my response was to help pay off the money for Hope. Oh yeah, that reminds me. After John's video went up on me, I decided to pay Hope over $100 for damages. Glad to see that no one ever brought this up. I hate it when people try to make their opponent look as shitty as possible. Why else did Grace not bring up the $300 refund in the video? In June, Grace gave me $300 to help move in with my boyfriend at the time. We're not together anymore, but we still talk to each other every now and then. When Grace got mad at me a couple of days later because of me wanting to make my original enter response, she blocked me and I felt guilty with that money. So I gave it to Ava, who then gave it to Grace.
Also lied, and she said that she left me because I couldn't take criticism.
I did not lie ever, Grace. Because Grace also blocked me on PayPal apparently, I then would block Ava later because I didn't want to really associate with anyone from Enter's team. To the point that in all of 2022, I didn't talk to Enter's team once, not a single person. The last time I ever talked to anybody from Enter's team was, I believe, Lulu at the end of November 2021. No, I don't know why I waited that long. I get it, the $100 thing was after the response, but that's besides the point. For the record, Grace wouldn't contact me again until a couple of weeks after Enter's response video went up, when it had over 100,000 views, and the internet hated me with me losing subs, mass dislikes, troll comments, half my Discord server leaving, and me losing all my Patreon supporters. Like seriously, I can claim that I was the final YouTuber to ever be mass disliked. Because a week after my response to Mr. Enter, YouTube decided to disable dislikes. Of course, yeah, you can still use an extension to bring them back, but you get what I mean. I blocked Grace when she tried to contact me. She wanted me to
She shortchanged the artist who did my current avatar set. For what was supposed to be a $450 work, her avatar set, she paid $250.
But Ava agreed to the payment. If she didn't, she should have told me multiple times, but she didn't. If she didn't agree to the payment, she shouldn't have done the poses. That's on her, not me. That's the thing. Despite Ava not getting paid, fully, your words, not mine, she was fine with the lower price. Wait, by definition of law, she agreed to it. Ava's not the only person that was like this to me. Phoenix Star was like this as well. Hey Phoenix, if you wanted to be paid more, we could have talked it out. And you stayed on my server for over a year after you were done editing for me. And you only left because of John's videos of lies on me, more or less. Phoenix Star was a former editor of mine for Cartoon Network 64. Other editors would get wrong clips as well. Here's an example from Crimson Mayhem from the 2010's Worst List.
In one episode, Diana, Wonder Woman, fails at doing everything because she's in love with a boy. This episode outright and literally states that Wonder Woman is literally a symbol of female empowerment. And this is the episode they have her completely inept over a boy with. This is some kind of chalk zone, only bad ideas get erased shit. And then 4 of our superheroes think that the best solution to this is to try and outright kill Diana's crush, because that's what a good role model will do.
The scenes are incorrect. Wrong episodes as well. This is what should have been played.
In one episode, Diana, Wonder Woman, fails at doing everything because she's in love with a boy. This episode outright and literally states that Wonder Woman is literally a symbol of female empowerment. And this is the episode they have her completely inept over a boy with. This is some kind of chalk zone, only bad ideas get erased shit. And then 4 of our superheroes think that the best solution to this is to try and outright kill Diana's crush, because that's what a good role model will do.
That clip was what was meant to be played. I blocked Grace when she tried to contact me. She wanted me to talk to Enter Steam. Her exact words were, "You will talk on our terms." At that point, I blocked her for how rude she was. I stand by that. Do I get why she was rude? Yes, I truly do, but I don't care. If you're rude to me, I will be rude back to you. End of discussion.
Her favorite word of all time, though, is abuser.
Actually, my favorite words are animation, growth, cartoons, cat, giantesses, family, games, trains, comedy, snow, belly, and blue. When you get to know me better, you can assure that I'm a fun person to be around. Or you can just listen to random weirdos on the internet making accusations on me. Enter Steam apparently didn't want me to do a response video and just stay silent. When a lot of confusion and lies are surrounding me, staying silent was not an option. Which is why I'm making this video for the record. I'm glad that I did block Grace though. I was honestly afraid that I would have hurt her more than I already did, and that would have made things worse. I did it to protect myself and Grace. And before you say anything that whatever John said was just a slip of the tongue or him just making a mistake, this is meant to be evidence. In a courtroom, you can't present evidence and then say, "Oops, my mistake." Not saying that this is a courtroom. I'm not suing John or wanting to take him to a courtroom or anything like that, even though he thought I would, and I don't want him to take me to one as well.
I have no patience for liars and con men.
If that's the case, then do you have the patience for yourself? The comment part is a bit hard to justify. If you were ripped off with the GA campaign, you could just DM John somehow for a refund and he'll give it to you. No, I'm not going to say that John is a con man.
But who knows? Maybe Rebecca got a draft letter and I didn't. Maybe Rebecca will go to jail if she doesn't keep a consistent YouTube schedule.
Funny that you say that, since shortly after this video, my stepdad would lose his job, and we actually would be in financial trouble for all of 2022. He got a new job, luckily now, so in some way, John was kind of right.
She calls anyone that she does not like an abuser.
See, in life, we have this saying called, "Don't put words into my mouth." No one likes that, John, so don't put words into my mouth. Talk to me at present to see what kind of person that I am. We've given you too many chances, Sarah says. What chances? What are you even talking about here? Do you realize that because you didn't tell me anything, I was left confused? And more problematic is that no teammate correctly told me what I did wrong. Glad I didn't talk to any of them once in all 2022.
Rebecca was my friend, but now I come to realize she has almost no control of her emotions, and she was a bad boss to me. If you're watching this, Rebecca, I'm not sorry for how I ended things. I warned you. I asked you to stop, and this is what happened. Don't contact me again.
Rebecca would probably tell you that she has no choice but to shortchange and underpay the people who work for her, because she doesn't have a ton of money to work with. Now, I'm not the smartest person in the world, obviously. I hired Rebecca after all. But one idea in this idiot's head is if you can't pay people to do your work, you might have to do your work yourself. Then Rebecca would probably say something along the lines of needing a staff to keep a consistent YouTube schedule because she has a real-world job. You know, despite apparently having the time to edit for me.
No, what I will tell you is that every single person that has edited for me has agreed to the price. If they aren't happy about the price and didn't tell me, that's on them, not me. Good to know that John made a statement to not go after me to his following, yet they still do this shit. So they've been harassing me for over a year. Don't do this. I am not egotistic. Also, I only told Adam. It was Adam that made it public, not me. And no, I didn't tell Adam to say it publicly either. I only told him to make sure that John's Twitter account wouldn't be taken down with people getting the idea that it might be an impersonator. So, John, I was actually defending you the whole time. And what do I get out of this? Me getting fired. And I thought that it was okay to tell Adam since he was associated with John at one point. And Adam and I were friends at the time. We still are friends for the record.
She rarely hid the black bars at the side of the screen.
Now, John claims to be a professional.
I have a feeling that when everything comes tumbling down, you'll have nothing else.
And from what I gather, there are big channels out there that do have black bars on their sides in the present. Unless John is making a joke here, but I doubt that. Off the top of my head, Jordan Fringe does this and so does Channel Awesome. Doug Walker does not claim to be a professional, by the way. Also, John using LGBT slurs is unprofessional. Even if it's meant to degrade J.K. Rowling, the Q word is a slur. This is not my opinion, it's a fact. The Q word is a slur. If you use it, I will block you. End of discussion. Currently in the present, I do try to remove the black bars. I think my Robot Jones Cartoon Network 64 episode was the last time that I did it myself, which was immediately after my enter video. As I show black bars there, for all of 2022, I kept them out. Here's what I do. 16:9 clips when I'm talking, they have a zoom in. But when I'm playing the footage...
Only a coward would hide away in this place. I reject this sick fantasy, and I reject you!
I allow it full side. Meanwhile, 4:3 clips, I keep them the same size each. No alterations. They each have their own background. This is a side note, but John has done 4:3 videos during my time of editing. The Nicorama trailer is in a weird 4:3 scale, as well as the Ren and Stimpy and Doug episodes. That usually is because whatever the first clip that you put into a video, that is what the ratio comes for the whole video. Yes, editing is that strict, though there are functions in the program to turn that off. More than likely, I don't think John either doesn't know how to turn that off, or just allows it that way. By the way, John never once told me to remove the black bars.
Even the people that Rebecca didn't directly attack had issues with her. She had this constant, almost obsession with pedophiles.
And let's get right into the news. 30-year-old Wreck-It Ralph was spotted the other day being super clingy and obsessive towards a child.
I should get this out of the way now because I don't care what you say.
You can't just portray domestic abuse like that and make light of it.
Wow, you have serious anger issues. You know they have books for that.
I know. Let's continue, shall we?
For you to really get the idea of what kind of problem this was, here's how what she was doing would play out in reality. Two people have a conversation at a party. They stop talking, and then Rebecca decides to continue it like 4 hours later, after the party is over. To be fair, she would sometimes insert herself in conversations at the time, ignoring what people were talking about at the time to talk about whatever was on her mind.
John, you and I have never been in the same room together. Hell, we never have been in the same state together. Here's this quote from me. If you were me, then you would understand me. But if you aren't me, then you won't fully understand me. We could have talked things out, but John and I never once had our own VC conversation of just the two of us. Trolls were like this, or are like this actually. Even when I was in group VCs, John would barely talk. Do you think that I would have friends in the present, John, both online and in person, if I acted like how you describe me? The answer is simple. You are wrong about me, John. You have no right to judge who I am as a person if you don't personally know me. And no, John or any of his teammates did not personally know me. But to really help my claim on why I'm actually good at conversation and helping people, we're going to listen to my first speech from my friend, Chelsea.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Chelsea, also known as Cartoon Gal. I did a collaboration with Rebecca last year on her top 10 best Gravity Falls list. One of the things that I'm going to debunk is what Mr. Enter said on Rebecca when it comes to social cues. She actually does understand them. So if you can apologize to Crimson, John, why can't you apologize to Rebecca as well? Just making her the 7th worst entry on your worst list only adds more fuel to the fire. And you shit-talk her multiple times in that video. And that only came out last week at the time of this up. You even say that it's all your fault. So why do you still blame Rebecca? No other editor or artist or whatever got this treatment. And Rebecca's done some good edits for you, like Norm of the North 2, Certifiable Super Sitter, Camp Coral, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, 2000's Nikorama, Thundercats Roar, Samurai Jack Season 5, and Soul. And Rebecca is a way better editor than you, John, especially in 2022-2023. Rebecca was only mad at you for giving bad advice that led to Hope almost committing suicide 20 times that Rebecca herself had to fix. Yeah, Rebecca said something bad in one moment, but can you blame her? 2020 sucked for everybody. But this is why you need to listen, John. Rebecca listens to people. Now it's your turn. And how do I know Rebecca is a good listener, John? Well, sit back and listen good, 'cause I'm about to tell you. I remember the day I first met Rebecca. I was scrolling through YouTube looking for something to watch when I caught one of her Cartoon Network 64 videos. It was either Dexter's
Oh my fucking god, it's just fucking talking about the fucking editing bullshit. I'm done. I will see you guys soon.